Welcome back. This morning, you know who in the White House echoed what his lawyer, Giuliani, has been saying, tweeting, as has been stated by numerous legal scholars, I have the absolute right to pardon myself, even though I haven't done anything. So, does this mean he's above the law?
You know what, before you even answer that, if you're innocent, why do you even bring up pardoning? Why do you say I can pardon myself if I've done nothing? Where is that coming from? It's like the no collusion. You keep saying it over and over again. Makes me think maybe there's collusion.
My favorite tweet of the morning I texted to Megan because I almost fell off my pump. David Frum tweeted, Senator McCain's cue to reply, I like the presidents who don't need pardons.
Oh, that's a good one. That's so good. That's really good.
Right.
And you know, Giuliani talked to George Stephanopoulos yesterday as well, and they keep changing their story about misleading letters and Donnie Jr.'s meeting with the Russian lawyer. Take a look.
I remember when this was first reported, Jay Sekulow was on my program, said the president had nothing at all to do with that letter. Later, Sarah Sanders said, well, wait, he sort of weighed in, but he didn't dictate it. And now this letter from the president's lawyers say very, very clearly he dictated the statement. How do you explain those shifting explanations?
I think Jay was wrong. I mean, this is the reason you don't let the president testify. If, you know, our recollection keeps changing, or we're not even asked a question, and somebody makes an assumption.
What?
In the courtroom, we called shifting recollections lies.
Yeah.
That's what we call
How do you
that.
have a shifting recollection?
We just called it a lie.
But if you commit a crime, let's say I robbed a bank, I don't shift my recollection, I robbed the bank.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, did I rob it or didn't I?
You remember differently. That's what you do.
I mean,
You
he
remember
lied.
that
He said he didn't write the statement, and he did write the statement. I mean, that's just a lie.
Interesting about it, too, is over the weekend, when I read this, Trump has an 87% own party approval, the second highest of any president at the 500-day mark since World War II. Only Bush, after 9/11, had a higher in-party approval rating. So what's fascinating to me is the politics of this are permeating everywhere else except within the Republican Party.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I think right now we're also looking at the lowest record unemployment rate since 3.8% in May. Black unemployment rate fell to a new record low as well. So I think there's so many Americans that are there's just this cacophony of information, and it's hard for even me to follow, which I am open and frank about on this show. And I think people are just like, well, you know, if something happens, maybe. But 87% own party, I mean, that's almost a statistical anomaly. And going forward, it's hard for me to even imagine. We are the party of Trump completely, and it's hard for me to imagine what an election looks like still defending this when the most majority of voters don't
And why
care.
is it hard to follow grab him by the genitalia? Why is it hard to follow the insult against your father? Why is it hard to follow the fact that he attacked Gold Star
Because they're
families?
winning.
It's not that hard to
Because
follow.
they are winning. That's what it. It's not this
We're
hard to
talking about
follow. They
in-party
get it.
approval.
They know what's
I'm
going
talking
on.
within the Republican Party.
Within the
No,
Republican
it's not that
Party.
it's hard to follow.
It's
Let's get that
it's
straight.
not,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
not all of
Yeah.
America. It's within the Republican
I do
Party.
think with the investigation and, like, I could possibly pardon myself. And again, okay, what crime are you talking about? We're sitting here being like, collusion is not a crime. Like, what exactly are you talking about? And I think Giuliani, to a point, I don't think he's a great surrogate, but clearly, we were talking about it this morning.
Yeah.
You guys do, because he's sort of like shifting the blame in this way where nobody's really understanding what's going on.
Here's the issue.
You know,
His
I don't think
example
that-
he used was the idea of shooting Comey if
Yes.
Trump were to shoot Comey, and that's the language of a dictator. Like, I will
What
shoot
did
my...
he say? Tell the whole
Oh,
thing.
sorry. He said that Giuliani said Trump could even shoot James Comey in the Oval Office and still not be prosecuted.
That is not
That's
true.
a scary
My
statement.
That
God.
is not true.
but I think
What is this?
Can I
You
say
know
one
what?
thing?
It may
I'm sorry.
be true.
It's really not.
You know what? Nobody
It's really
knows.
not. The
Nobody
president cannot
listen.
pardon himself, everybody.
Well,
and I really strongly believe that.
I know you think that.
I know that there are so many legal scholars out there that are saying
Actually-
he can't. Wait a second. I know that there are legal scholars out there that are saying that the president can pardon
Maybe
himself.
They're not saying he can. They say he may.
He may be able to.
Yeah.
I think they need to go back to law
According
school
to-
because we learned
But wait a minute.
really, really early on that the president is not above the law and that the constitutional framers, when they were drafting the Constitution, remember, they were rebelling against a monarchy. They were rebelling against a sovereign nation, and they
Yes.
wanted to do
So-
everything in their
so
power
wait
to
a
make
minute,
sure
wait,
that
but
it
when
wasn't
you
a
pardon-
dictatorship.
when
When you
say one
pardon
quick thing.
yourself, doesn't
Really
that
quick.
mean you're guilty?
But can I?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's not
theory.
guilty. So why does he keep saying I'm going to pardon
Can I
myself
tell-
if he's not
Go
guilty?
ahead. Go ahead, Megan.
Do it.
Going forward into midterms, if Democrats want to combat this, what Bill Maher said over the weekend I thought was genius. You've got to find something that fits on a hat in one way or another, because all of this that we're saying one way or another, it is not permeating.
He can't
with
pardon himself.
He
Maybe
can't,
we
there
could
you
put
go.
that on
He
a
can't
hat.
pardon
Well,
himself.
Bernie Sanders had a whole
Yeah.
thing, a slogan. Can I tell him what it is?
Sure.
The slogan was for the Democrats. Democrats are for the working man, not the billionaires. And I
too
think
long.
that has.
Yeah,
I
it
like
doesn't
that.
fit on a
I
hat.
like that.
Fit on a hat.
Too
Fit on a
long.
hat.
Sorry,
We're out.
Bernie.
We'll
Get
be
a
back.
bigger hat.